We're all Texan. I'm having a hard time. I really, really want to move there.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what they say about the grass over the fence.
Right.
I've been in every major city at least 3 times on my tours. I'll tell you, there's no better place than this with all our problems.
I know.
My favorite city, Charleston,
Really?
but I don't know if I would want to live there anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, let me tune your violin real quick. And we'll go. Did you do any Shevchik work for me? Huh?
With Sean, yes.
With Sean, yes, good. Okay, show me.
Do you have the thing?
I think that's okay.
You were just doing on open strings, right? Or did you start playing the fingers too?
I did open strings and then I started doing the fingers.
Okay. Why don't you show me your final version and we'll go from there. It's okay. It's okay. You didn't quite get the notes yet. That's fine. I don't have any problems with your technique except your violin is too much forward. Your violin is too much forward and bow is not straight. That creates a problem. You still manage to get around, but your violin should be on your shoulder and that will help you. And you don't need to go absolutely all the way to the floor. Somewhere, no, that's a little too far. Somewhere right here would be good. Your wrist is supposed to be towards your face so the bow is straight. And try again. Top. Right. When that happens, that means that you overextended that curve right here. That means that your pinky is slipping. I have a very short pinky, see? Sometimes it's a problem, but in this case, it's actually an asset because it never overbends. Do you understand? So when you do the plucking, you should not overdo it or you will end up like this. Very sharp and little move. Otherwise, you and Sean did very fine work. So positioning of the violin, positioning of the wrist so the bow is straight and not over bending the pinky. Try. Drop that shoulder. Good. There you go. Okay, that's it. That's it. So this is good, and this I need you to bring it gradually to 1/16. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Correct. Because at this point you're at half speed. Everything else is correct. The last attempt was absolutely perfect. I think wherever Millie is, she's smiling now. Even though she's a cellist, I've learned it from her. Do you understand? Did you do any other exercises with Sean or not?
We printed all of them.
No, I meant in Shevchik. Did you only focus on the first one or you moved on?
We only focused on
Good,
this page.
that's what I told him. Okay, I'm going to give you an exercise. You're moving awful fast and I'm still trying to find the bottom, but still I don't. In which case, I'll push you further. This is going to be very hard. I honestly don't know why Mr. Shevchik selected two hardest exercises to be first. But I believe that once you measure this, master the first and second, the rest of them make sense. And you're not faking them. Do you understand? So I will show you what to do and you will do exactly this. and I will do it on your violin. So I want you to go right where the green sticker, or a little bit under, doesn't matter. You will find yourself an E, and you will only play that note. You will put it right here, and the same idea, remember what you were doing in the first exercise, this very short active lifts, you will do exactly the same. One lift right there, either at the green or under, on the note E on the G string, first finger somewhere, maybe right here for you because my arm is bigger. Very good, excellent. Now look here. I will do exactly the same thing, only I will do it down bow, which means everything is in reverse, and you will have to use a little bit of arm, otherwise you won't be able to move. See right there? I will show you again. I engage, and I lift. Has to be really short. I do not want to go pum. So somewhere here, make sure that this construction is up, but shoulder is down. Athletic. You're using only arm there. You need to still swipe it with fingers. That's too long, as I expected. Down is much harder than up. It's good, but it's a little too long. That's it. And now, on to hard stuff. This, if you can believe, was easy. Now look here. So you will be somewhere here, right? I'm here because my arm is so big and your violin is so small. But it's better for me to show on your violin. Now we go back to that first lift. Only as soon as I'm in the air, I will immediately drop it. It's almost like I catch the basketball and dribble it right away. Look here. One more time. The secret is not to hold the bow, but just smack it down. You have to prepare yourself. You have to drop the shoulder, relax the shoulder blade, prepare yourself, and be as relaxed as possible. You swipe that note up and you immediately drop it down. Don't worry about it, focus on it. Спасибо. Go. Yeah, see, you're holding the bow and squeezing it. That results in this ricochet action. You went right, and I'm doing, see? Very, very loose. I'm allowing the bow to drop. Just like this. Not, give me that note. That's good. Get a little bit here, drop the shoulder, relax everything, and 2 quick actions. Pum pum. That's right, only 2. No, you're holding the bow. You have to drop the bow. No, if you go more than 1, that means that you're holding the bow. Nope. Look again. That's it. That's it. And it is much easier with a heavier bow. I'm doing with her what I'm usually doing with my crowd and technique class that are equipped with bigger instruments. But I can still do it with her bow, so should she. That's better, but you're still hitting twice, see? What? Relax that shoulder. No tension in the right. Right there, you relax, and you go, let me drive. So, hold the note quick. Right, that's what I want to hear. Right, don't hold it. You only hold the bow once it bounced off. Go. Ah, you got it. One more. Ooh, start from the string, you cheater. That's better. And now do exactly the same, down, up, pum, pum. Good girl.
Why do you do it with a finger? Why not do open string?
Pardon me?
Why not do open string first?
Because open string reacts different than closed, and eventually, that's what I'm aiming for.
Okay.
Everybody can do the, but that is actually Zoe Liebman's improvement to this exercise. She insisted that I have music where big letter, start from the string. And that makes it much more precise, 10 times harder. But if they get it,
Right. They can do the open
they
string
can do
simple.
whatever. It's not even an open string, but this, anybody can do. This, it's almost like I'm playing 6 notes where the 6th one is silent. I land, so I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, land. Okay? Now you did very, very well too. Now we up onto the next hardness. 3. Pum pum pum. That's a good speed for your bow. Make sure that every time you check, every time you don't squeeze, every time you drop that shoulder. I do not want to ever see you play well with a high shoulder. I will be really sad. Go. You're a little too close to the bridge. There. Do not squeeze the bow or the bow is going to go sideways. Relax your hand and just allow it to fall. There you go. Do you hear the sound? It's percussive. Now down bow, the same thing. I cannot believe how fast this child is. Set. You holding the bow. See? If you hold, the bow goes sideways. If you're relaxed, the bow keeps on going straight. It's simple as that. Set from the string. Yeah, the first note is too long. Start from the string, engage into the core, and then lift and drop. That's better. Again. You're holding the bow. You're even afraid to release the pressure into the string when you sit on it. Relax completely. And then your first act is this, not this. Put it down. There you go. One more time down. The first one is still too lazy. Better. And now you have to go up and you go pop, 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 pop. You start it down, I need up, and starting from the string, and as soon as you lift it, fingers go limp and just dribble the bow. That's it. Do you understand? So these are our new orders. You keep practicing the first one. This one, you repeat that set of exercises that we just did. Do not assume that you already can play it. Start with 1, both directions, then 2, where the second one is a very relaxed drop. Once the bow bounces, you can hold it in the air, but you do not hold the bow when it hits the string. Do you understand? Otherwise, the bow is going to start moving side to side, and that will tighten your hand that you will never be able to relax. It's really, really free action. At the same time, I want you to learn the notes in the second exercise. Do you have the second exercise? If not, I will
Get
take
the
it from
binder, Alice.
I didn't bring.
You didn't bring the binder?
I got this page, but I didn't.
Okay, fine.
Fine. Do you
We
have
have
the
it.
music?
We
Okay,
have
good.
it.
So then you start learning the notes with absolutely loose fingers and on the string. You're going. All on the string. As you try to play the strokes, do not do it for too long because your first finger will hurt. And I do not want you to do an open string. Is that clear? If and only if you succeeded in both, you can put things together. You cannot play it slow. You have to play it fast. But you can take a rest in between groups, like this. And you relax. And you relax. And you relax. I do not think that you could do farther than that. Even this is quite ridiculous for me to expect. But if it happened, then this is the final version. Do not try to play louder than this. This is the maximum sound that this bow can give you at this point. It's too light. Let it be light. Alright? Very good. Alright, so let's see your new piece.
Okay. So
This is a little. No, I don't need to see it. The music, you need to see the music. far did you go?
I did to here. I didn't go to here.
Okay.
I started here, but I stopped right here.
Oh, why did you stop?
I don't know.
Oh, let's go. Oh, I turned the light off instead of on. Let's go, Chad. Go on, go on, go on. You're doing fine. Yes. No. Open. And then shift. Where are you? Yeah. See? 2, 1, 0, and then you shift. 3, 2, and this is 2, 1, 0, and then you shift. Start from right there. Actually, start from right here. You're doing very, very well. And vibrate away as much as you feel like. Go again. Make sure that your violin is close to your neck. I know that there's almost nothing in between the neck and that shoulder, but still. There you go. Go on. C sharp, first position. Yes. Go on, go on, go on.
I thought this was slow.
Okay, good. Go on. Did you work with Sean or you did it on your own?
I did this with Sean.
And he told you to play it at the tip? I don't think so.
No.
No. Szewczyk, frog, papam. Yeah. This is crazy French music. See those upside down?
I know.
Down here. So do them down. Up, down, down, down. That's the first time I've seen that solution to this problem. But it isn't. If you have old-fashioned matches at home, or if you can find them, you know, like big box with a big stick, obviously supervised, but teach her how to do this.
Okay.
Nothing teaches that stroke better than feeling this. Well, she has glasses, so nothing will fly in her eyes, but it just.
Okay.
That is the thing. You're adorable. Let's go. Right there. And you retake them. Go to the frog and go ta-tam and soto. Every single one of them is from the string. Right? Go. Let me show you what you need to do. By the way, excellent work on the first lines. As I told you, this presents ridiculous amount of difficulties for a young player. It's not hard for professional. but for young player, it's unbelievable amount of things that have to be processed simultaneously, which means her multitasking skill is extraordinary. I also really love that you start playing emotional. Green light to whatever you want to do. Do you remember that only 3, 4, 5 lessons, not 4, back, you were not sure if you know how to vibrate. Your mama got upset, but of course you know how to vibrate, right? Yes. Now you're vibrating away like I haven't heard. And by the way, what does it say here? Read the best you can.
Volta. I don't know the other
It says molto cantabile, which in Italian means lots of singing. What it doesn't say, be quiet. And you didn't. You wasn't. You were singing away. You were playing emotional forte with a beautiful sound. Whenever you didn't miss notes, and you never missed rhythm actually, which is quite amazing. Sing away. Okay?
Except that I did go to my room and actually sing with the recording.
Excellent. Excellent. So, you know, if you're doing what I ask, most likely you will succeed. And my great pleasure of working with you is if something doesn't work, I know that I did a wrong exercise or didn't explain correctly. Most of the time, people either neglect the suggestion or being lazy or being stupid. You're not. And this is why I have not heard a student to play this 4 lines as good as you on the first try in 35 years of my teaching. Yes, you crashed a few places and you turned the bowing around here. That's all right.
Well, that's really, she really only practiced it and under my supervision.
Let's blame your mother.
Here. Until here. But she did go on to there.
It's fine. So we are going, let me mark, play some strange fingering here.
Yeah, and that's the other thing is like, some of the fingerings wasn't clear and you don't want cello fingerings.
This one is definitely open. And this one, if you want, you can play 4. Which means you're going... And that's a long note. Then this one is up. What did I do? I stole the time from this note, vibrated it. Look at this. Let me try to draw a heart for you. There.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. If Nikki Fukada would be here, she would totally tell you that my hearts look like butts, but they're still hearts.
It's anything is a heart.
Thank you. That means vibrato. So you vibrate. I'm taking my time and then I rush down. Okay? Very good. Now, let's go back a little bit. I'm moving very fast. And by the way, sing away as much as you want. Go ahead. Now do exactly as you did, only please make sure that your bow is straight. Did you notice I touched your elbow a few times? It's not a big deal, but a little bit. It goes a little bit crooked. Beautiful. You know what? I think it's nearly perfect, except for one thing. Can you play this much by minute?
Yeah.
From here. Play for yourself and look at your neck. Go again. Yeah. And you see your neck? Go ahead.
You
It's
know,
okay.
some people put a cloth here. Do you think that would help her?
I personally believe that the less
Okay.
equipment, the better. I do believe that shoulder rest is useful because it, you know, especially for the skinny people. I had multiple arguments with Wei He, who is fantastic, a teacher, right? But and a good friend, but he played without shoulder rest and he was teaching without shoulder rest, and especially last a couple of years of his work here before he moved to Chinese Juilliard.
Mm.
But he is short and chubby with a very short neck, so he basically squeezes it here and it stays there.
Mm-hmm.
I can play without shoulder rest, no problem. I played through the conservatory without. But if I play with orchestra or with the quartet, I use shoulder rest because it saves me from unnecessary pain in my incredibly long neck. And look at her. She's not having an ounce of extra meat on the bones, right? So if we were to teach her to play without shoulder rest, as she's incredibly adaptable, she would find a way.
Mm-hmm.
But it's absolutely unnecessary because it will create
Okay.
extra tensions. And she has tendency, that's exactly what I am trying to show her right now. As she tries to play emotional, she gets this.
Mm.
This muscles right here on the side of the jaw tighten your neck. You have to relax them. Play from your heart, not from your neck. Do you understand? Please, try. You sounded fantastic, but I want you to be like a ballet dancer, not like some kind of monster. Let's go. Relax your neck. Good, good. So keep a watch over her. So as skinny person as she is, she won't be able to completely get rid of it. But the less of this when she plays, the better. Okay? I really don't remember. Let's go. Play. You know what? I need music. I don't remember this. And I know. I'm trying to remember and I'm failing. I haven't had a student playing this in a little while, and I obviously forgot. But I will get it immediately, and that's just very nice. It makes a huge difference when you play so musically and so. Oh, that's the solos. Next step.
Yeah, sometimes send it to me too, and you can play it with Larry.
Yeah.
There's a piano part for the concertina piece. That's
Yeah.
4 pages long.
Mm-hmm.
Eugene said it to me, Ella.
Yeah, and it's like template pages.
Yeah, I will do better. I will print it for you, and you could keep it with her.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And Larry could play with her, and it's actually a very easy part, but it's incredibly musical, and it will help her to go where she's going.
Mm-hmm.
Because I still can't find the bottom. I'm very cautious. I'm trying to avoid any kind of imperfection in technique because I can see 2 ways that she were going. One, holding her back because of rules, or pushing her forward because of the talent, and none is good. I think we need to let her go as far and as fast as she feels, keeping the constant watch. And I believe that the person that you are will not let her sleep, and that's what we want. Okay, at some point it is going to print, but at this point, it's printing already. This is unbelievable, right? I threw so many curveballs at the child, and she's like enjoying them.
And you know, when you play with her, she just loves it.
Exactly.
That's
Some people are just born musicians, and as my teacher many times told me, always help the talent. The giftless ones will find their own way.
Oh, we have Sean's helping her clean her glasses now too.
Sean is very
He's a darling.
unorthodox.
But he's not
but
gonna
he
have
is
a
great.
hard week, you know. He's moving to Costmore.
I know.
Oh, God.
Let's go, child.
Go.
Let's go. One more time, right from your. Actually, I will give you one chord before you. Absolutely. Right. I was the first to make a mess here with the wrong chord. I'm a terrible pianist, but when I go 2, 3, yes, you can bend the time, but you cannot bend the rhythm. Do you understand me? So when you go. I'm sure you feel it, even if you don't understand, right? Let's try again. So double bar C sharps ready, and start towards that note, don't cheating, and today would be nice and play full size and up and up, down, 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 go. That's right. Okay. So yeah. A couple of things. You need to learn the notes so you don't have to stop in this, and that's not a problem because what you had done was so good and so natural and so beautifully expressive. Then it just cancels the little mistakes, but we still need to take care of them.
Okay.
So this is down, this is definitely up bow, right? I don't want to write it because it's kind of obvious, right? So you stretch this right here and then you rush down. Ya da 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 da. A little bit. Don't exaggerate this. It's all very subtle. This one you just played the correct rhythm, but you messed up the shift. Remember, this is a shift from the first position and to the third position. You are still doing my shift exercises, right? So you go. You can go, but I would prefer proper shifting with a little slide on the first finger. Always remember one thing: you cannot steal or change the time. Time has to go on, but you can shape the phrase by stealing time and then letting it go. I'm sure you don't understand what I'm saying, but I will show you.
So then you're taking time out of the room, and then you're.
I know. Look at this. This is just as it is written, straight. This would be the beat. And that's what you will hear from successful students. And I don't want it to be just as of it's boring. Now listen to this. Do you understand now the difference? I shift sliding in, I take that F sharp and I sing it. I give it love and I steal some time. And after that I rush down. So I don't actually stop the flow again. And if you play with somebody like Miles Graber, he will actually turn to you and wait for you like this, and then he will turn to me so. You've met Miles, of course, right?
Yeah, of course.
Total genius. Let's try, you'll fix that later. Now, this, you have got to go. These are all lighting matches, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I am sure I look very, very silly playing that on your violin. Do better. Let's go. Up, down. Yes, everyone from the string stop. And now every down bow with vibrato. Yum, pom, pom. Take it in both hands. Oh, yes. Good, and now look. Not bad, not bad. See? I don't do. I'm doing everyone from the string with relaxed everything. Relaxed shoulder, relaxed hand. Take your time. Do you understand? And then not. Like that on a string. Exaggerate the motion. If you will do too much, I'll tell you. Okay, let's go. That's the girl. Good. Then the next part. See this pickup?
Yeah.
It's a quick one. It's a 16, not an 8, like all
Yeah.
students do, and it has to be from the string again. And you have to prepare your finger to be on both strings. So this is really hard because I can bet anything that you will do. I don't want it. Really fast. Like that face. And then you go. Against fast ones. How to do it? You drop 2 fingers and bounce this one off. And then sad. And that one, wait a minute. Why is it 2?
That's
It's really silly. It's a misprint. It has to be 3. And here we slide Russian style, which you didn't learn yet, but you will. And so shift on the new finger, not old finger. So this is Russian. Just in case. If Sean has any questions, the first one is a proper shift, this one is not.
okay.
So, lean on that and then no harmonics here, stay in the first position. So you go big bow. And then cedar. Take your time, Miles will wait. And then you go and finish. Okay. I want to move forward. Did you do staccato exercises or did I not ask you yet?
I don't need your answer.
I didn't ask you. It's time for me to ask you. This is what you do. And you stop. Make sure that only these 2 fingers are holding the bow when you freeze. Don't raise the shoulder, but keep your violin on the shoulder. Okay, and your head straight with the right ear above. Go. Excellent. You relaxed right here? I don't feel them relaxed. Make sure that shoulder is loose and only these 2 fingers, and they're not pushing, they just locked. The rest of them are asleep. Keep the position one more time. And the bow straight. These are all relaxed, but they're sitting down on, drop them down on the bow, but these 2 are working. And now, once you're done with this, you will bite 1, and the end of the note is loose. Again. Very good. And now you will go the same thing, drop the shoulder, straight the bow, and once you come down there, it's like tom, pop, pop, 2 bites. Oh, you wasted half of the bow. I need you to be very economical. You're not working for Congress, are you? Let's go. Now, without moving your shoulder, you will play 3 notes up. I want them less. See? Do you see how many I can play with? Oh, you're all tied up. Not supposed to be tied up. It's freedom. These 2 fingers. Right there. Go. 3 notes. Ah, you're squishing in. I want you to squish out. Out, 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 out. There you go. How about 4 notes? Scoop, 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 scoop. Ice cream style, right? Again, starting from the long note. That's very good. Now 5. Now 10. Very good. So now you don't have to count it. Da 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 yum pa 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 pam. That's all I want to hear. I want you to pretend da 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 pa 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 pam. No speed limit, except I want all of them to be crisp and brilliant and relaxed. Yeah, you're wasting the bow. Go to the tip and play strong but short. Must be running out of gas. Keep the shoulder down because with your bow your shoulder goes up. Go. Yeah. That needs to be practiced and you eventually will do.
I'm tight right here.
I know. See, the bow presses down, release. So the technique really is this. I'm not pressing when I play, I'm pressing before. Press, release, and then you can play as many as you want, very, very loose. But that's only a part of this. It's just sad to play this ridiculously hard variation here and not to be able to do brilliant staccato. Now, this is going to be just, ignore the carrots, they're just strong notes right here. Marcato doesn't mean off the string, doesn't mean martelli. I don't want you to stop the bow. I want you to... And then you will have to play this in spiccato. He says sautiller because during the time that he wrote this thing, the definition was still not done. But it is spiccato. Do you know what spiccato is? What is it?
I think I know.
Tell me.
I forgot.
You forgot. Okay, that's fine. There are three major strokes of the string. Well, actually 4. But the fourth one is ricochet, which is basically this, you know. That one. You don't need to worry about that one. The other 3 are marcato, spiccata, and sautiller. I don't even know if we can play sautiller with this bow because it doesn't have enough weight, but I will try. Oh, I can. Am I bouncing? Such a smart kid, that's annoying. But it sounds as I am, right? See? That's a sautiller. This is spiccato, which is in general a little bit slower. I almost do not hold the bow. This is what I'm teaching you in this exercise. Remember? So this is spiccato. And marcato is very similar, only it's right here, and it starts with this. So, usually massive. In this type of marcato, we will decide later. Maybe you will... But for now, you just on the string. Understood? Now, this is your spiccato part, and it will be eventually like this. And I like to change the bow so you get a little extra power here. So this is up, up, down, up.
So many uppers and so many downs.
And then after that it goes. I missed the note because it's so small. So look here. You slide into that note. You vibrate this one, you vibrate this one, and this one you relax the tempo here. as Roland Tamberg happens. Understood? Now, this. Con eleganza and dolce. You play sweet and elegant. Alright?
That's so because that's under the elegant.
Eleganza. Right.
Sounds like
Because elegant. Okay.
Smells. It doesn't smell like elegant.
Stop. Hold. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
None of my students ever succeeded answering the question. Maybe you will. Probably impossible, but could you tell me what is ocean? Imagine it written in Latin. Ocean. Your mom is trying to write it down. She's cheating. Yeah. Any ideas? That's okay. It's impossible. And yet it is very simple. Yeah. Now she's giving me a dirty look.
Really?
Yes, exactly. And the reason I'm telling you that you just guessed that eleganza and elegant have the same root. And in many Eastern European languages, ocean means ocean. Understand?
Because if you put an O-C-E-A-N.
Yeah, because there is no such a thing as Celtics, they are Celtics, because Caesar doesn't exist in Latin, it's Caesar.
Why did I not think that?
Because you don't have experience and now you will.
Yeah.
Okay? We primarily have Italian notation in music, sometimes a little mix of French and sometimes a little German, but primarily Italian. So always think Latin and you will succeed. Now, this is one thing that I really want. How long is that note?
2 weeks.
Right. Every student makes this. And I don't want it. I want this. Mozart once said that music is not in the notes but in silence in between them. Here, there's no silence. Sing through. Come on, Snuffleupagus, let me close that window. You're freezing on me here.
I don't know.
I just came from the Lake County, where the temperatures were above 100. All right, let's go. Read. Yes. Fantastic. Now let me show you something else. You still lifted the bow, and yes, you have to, because you go from here. But it's supposed to be so small that human ear doesn't notice it. Look. The secret is very simple. You play the previous note longer than it is written, but you start the following note on time. It completely eliminates unnecessary silence. Do you understand? So don't give yourself an indulgence to play the... No. Let's go. Breathe in when you lift the bow and breathe out breathe in as you lift the bow, breathe out as you make the sound. Yeah, one more time. I know you shifted. Let's go. Ready? Hang on, hang on, hang on. Ready? Wait for me. Wait for me. Ready? And yeah. Accents. Vibrate. Vibrate. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Go.
I don't know what I am.
Yeah. It's alright. Yeah. So once you shift it here, you just play open and you stay right there where you were. See, this is right there. Right? Go from here, go slow. Isn't it funny that impossible staccato stroke now is the easiest part? Because we started with it. Don't underestimate it. Practice an open string with exercise that I showed you. Remember? You play open string, you hang on these 2 fingers, you relax the rest, and then you make 1 bite, then 2 bites, then 3 bites, then 4. If you succeeded, you can do 10. And then you do the same thing, adding the notes to this. 1 note, 2 notes, whatever. Because you almost were perfect at this. Right? The next part, until you're done with Shevchik 2, you are not to play spiccato. Do you understand me? I do not want to see a fake spiccato. I simply don't want to see it. Which means, this is what you do. You play, the notes are not that hard, but I want you to play with absolutely limp wrist. Can you do that for me? Okay, my musical little friend. Put the violin back on the shoulder. The critical point is that she has to have absolute cross. If it's a little bit like this or like this, it will not happen. Do it again. Okay. Are you in town end of July? Because we're having this festival with Chian Kim, which would be great for her to be in, but if she can't this year, maybe we could put her in one of her violin classes. She teaches public. It's like a master class setting, and it's usually every 2 or 3 days or so during these 2 weeks. She is one of the amazingly best living virtuoso violinist as a soloist, and she's also incredible teacher. She doesn't like to teach, but when we put her in front of a huge audience with a couple of good kids playing for her, she every time says things that I did not know. It just kills me because I've known her for many years, and still every time I see her at work, I learn something new.
I'd love for Ella to
If
have the
she-
chance to
Yes,
listen
if she
and
were,
play or do whatever.
yeah. I mean, if you want to consider joining her in JP, that's fine.
Right.
If not, then hey Amanda, then you could come and play. Now, child, do you understand what I need you to do? You have done at least twice more than I've expected. This is a huge step. Sean smiled when I told him what I gave you. But, you know, it's working. I need to make sure that before I'm gone, and I'm gone not this coming Tuesday, but the Tuesday after, right? I need to make sure that we touched every note in this piece.
Yeah.
So there is no stone unturned. Sean is good, but I want to just know.
Well, if you want to schedule one more, we can.
I would love.
But I
would
wasn't
like
sure. I thought we would wait till today to hear what you wanted
Yeah,
to do.
absolutely. I just want to make sure that everything in this piece is touched and understood, and between you and Sean, I'm sure she'll be in good hands. But as much as Sean is perfect, every time I do things slightly different because kids are never the same.
Right.
And I want to push her as far as I can without losing on the way. I want her only to gain. Neck has to relax, violin has to stay up. This piece throws at her a dozen of strokes that she never even heard of. But she seems to be getting around just fine. And multitasking skill and sight reading skill is superb. So let's take advantage of that, okay? If you don't understand something, skip the part, text me. Send me a tiny little video. I may not respond right away, but I will. Don't take anything, okay? Mwah! You've done incredibly well.